Gaza, where Israeli forces show no sign of ending their assault on the Strip. They've killed at least 58 Palestinians since Saturday morning. 10 children are among the latest victims. They were sheltering at a school near the Jabalia refugee camp in the north when it was bombed. Meanwhile, in the southern city of Rafah, an Israeli strike there has killed at least 6 members of the same family, one of them a child. Paramedics rushed to the scene there after the attack. Israel has intensified its assaults across the Gaza Strip since Saturday. Rocket attacks and shelling have continued, despite the International Court of Justice ordering Israel to halt all military operations on the southern city. Well, let's go straight to our correspondent on the ground. Hani Mahmoud joins us now from Deir el-Balah in central Gaza. Hani, as we've been saying, intensifying strikes across the entire Strip, it seems. Talk us through what Israel's been targeting.
Yes, well, it's been more than 24 hours since the ICJ ruling was issued, demanding the Israeli military to halt all hostilities in Rafah city. We're seeing, on the contrary, on the ground, the surge in the attacks across the city and the central area, as well as the northern part. And just within the past couple hours, the Israeli military intensified its artillery shelling of the eastern part of Khan, that's the eastern side of Salah ad-Din Road, where people who are trying to get back to their homes are pushed into further internal displacement. They had no other choice but to move to the center part of the city and all the way to the evacuation zone. That's al-Mawasi in the western part of Hani. There are reports of injuries who are transferred to the Gaza European Hospital from the area. But overnight attacks in Rafah city resulted in the killing of 6 people from one family, including a child from the same family. And we were told by a family member who stayed alive, who said the family lived in eastern part of Rafah city, and within the past 18 days they were forced to evacuate to the northern eastern part of the city in this residential home that came under heavy bombardment. 6 members of the entire family were killed right at the spot. Several other injuries were all transferred either to the Gaza European Hospital, and those who could not just cross the road, Salah ad-Din Road to Gaza European Hospital, were taken to the Kuwaiti hospital. That's the western part, where Israeli military just intensified its attacks at the surrounding area, the vicinity of the Kuwaiti hospital, just pushing it on a brink of collapse. And not only just the attacks that are pushing the hospital at collapse, it's just the shortage of a fuel that's going on. Similar situation in the central area, where 6 people were killed at the women's center that's been taking care of women's affairs, displaced women in the central part of the Strip. The Israeli military continued to pound across the northern part of the Strip, particularly Jabalia refugee camp.
And Hani, we've been hearing in the last few hours that aid is now apparently entering through the Karim Abu Salam crossing in the south. There are several hundred trucks that are meant to come in. Do we know how that operation is going, where any of that aid is headed?
Well, right now, the operations and these efforts are the culmination of the coordinated efforts between the U.S. administration, Egyptian authorities, and Israel because Rafah crossing is not available, not operational right now. So Karim Abu Salam crossing is the alternative for the flow of a humanitarian aid. So far, we know that there are 200 trucks that have been agreed upon to enter the Gaza Strip. 4 of those 200 trucks are fuel trucks, and same exact number of cooking gas. But so far, there are no talks about medical supplies coming in on this humanitarian convoy, as well as the number is not nearly enough in the face of the challenges, the horrible living conditions, the famine that has started to spread not only in the northern part, but also part of it here in the central part and the southern part of the Strip. 18 days where no water, food, or medical supplies have been allowed. There is a shortage in basic necessities, including water supplies. Here we talk about, because of the lack of a fuel, the only water desalination here is at risk of shutting down if the fuel does not come in today, which means thousands of displaced families are going to go thirsty, not only hungry right now, but also thirsty because of the only desalination plant is going to shut down operations.
Hani Mahmoud there with the very latest for us from the ground, reporting from Deir el-Balah in the central Gaza Strip. Thank you, Hani.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.